Tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, episode 83. I'm Chad.
And I'm Steve. And this is where Chad is going to edit this in after him doing the podcast intro.
We're going racing again. So, heading down to Kentucky to AXCC. Gonna be down there, meeting up with Steve Mueller, Devin Smith. I think Barry Miller's gonna be there. I think Jason Bannon is going to try and be there. Kind of depends what happens with farming for him. Yeah, gonna be a whole bunch of guys. Matt Rowell, obviously. Right now, Devin's sitting in first for AXCC going into round 3. Matt Rowell is tied for second. I think Steve Mueller is first in Pro-Am Turbo. Indiana guys are putting on a show for them all. So. Trip update. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. About, an hour and 15 minutes from the race location. Nothing exciting has happened. I stopped and got breakfast food that was needed. Other than that, yep, that's what I got. Been listening to a lot of music, singing along as I do. So, that's what I got. Enjoy the scenery. For those of you guys not from around here, or not around the Midwest at all, this is Kentucky. This is kind of stereotypical Kentucky. They carve the highways right through the mountains. So that's kind of how it's done. It's really neat. Lots of green trees this time of year. The rocks are cut out there. Occasionally you'll have rocks fall off those, and you hope they don't roll out in the road. But really is neat. Indiana's really flat for the most part, so we don't get this kind of stuff except for a few places. But you get down here in Kentucky in the mountains, the hills and hollers, as it were, you get that kind of stuff. So really neat. Just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looks like. And we are nearly here. Oh, we are about less than 2 miles out. I'm in a town somewhere, so no idea. But it says we're 2 minutes out, so we're gonna go with that. It's beautiful down here, man. Right now it is, 65 degrees, full sun. I don't see a cloud in the sky.
All right. So I'm sure Chad is going to do this whole big intro about we're at AXCC Park, Monmouth, whatever the name of this resort is, or whatever. Even though we're not at the resort, we're at what they call the Red Barn. That's the Red Barn, all the way up there. We're like a mile down the road at the track. It's not even fully set up yet, but you can see all the stakes and everything lined up out there. This is actually the start. Hopefully the sun isn't blinding. But we're going to start here and then snake out around that AXCC banner way out there, around the American flag, all the way through this grass field. We're going to cross the road all the way up there by, it's kind of hard to see, but not quite to the porta potties, and actually where those orange cones are. And then we're going to go all the way through that grass field, all the way on the back side of camping, right behind all those campers back there on the back row. We're going to make a circle all the way almost to the road, not quite, and then we're going to run the tree line all the way back. Now, I haven't walked it, but I'm going to guess it's a mile, maybe almost a mile and a half before we ever hit the woods of wide open grass field. It's if I had to make a prediction, it's gonna be a belt burner. It's gonna be a belt burner race. All right, so Chad has stolen a 4-wheeler, and he's hot wiring a new ignition to it. He stole
product of a misspent youth.
He stole it on the way down here. The drunk guy's drinking. Yeah, the drunk guy's drinking. That's Mr. Bunch, everybody. We may give him a GoPro later, we're just saying.
We need one of those dog mounts to strap it to you and just like turn you loose. Go free. Don't pee on anyone.
This is Chad's sweet ride for the weekend.
The wannabe Talon.
Yeah, it's Chad's Honda Talon for the weekend. There will be one here.
I heard.
There will be a Honda Talon here. It has been confirmed. I haven't seen it yet, but it has been confirmed. It will be here. Uh-oh. Moment of truth.
That.
As Barry Miller would say, do you even know how to drive a Talon?
Nope, not at all.
Awesome.
Morning. We have Mr. Mueller, Devin's hiding, and look, it's Mr. Bunch.
The terrorist.
He tried to blow us up last night is what happened.
The terrifying terrorist.
So we had our campfire going over here, and I'll show you guys what he did. He decided that throwing this aluminum Bud Light bottle thing in there with the cap on was a brilliant idea. And when he did that, it exploded, throwing hot coals all over all of us, and burning Devin's carpet there, which isn't all that bad. What, that's 20 feet away?
Yeah. Yep.
And the worst part is, right there, it decided to throw coal under Devin's race fuel cans. So he tried to blow themselves up in the middle of the night. What do you have to say for yourself?
Don't forget about the one that went in the buggy.
Yeah, one went in the buggy. So what do you have to say for yourself?
It was not very smart.
That is the understatement of the year. So they're giving you those for free, Devin?
Yeah, I wish.
But you're on them. They get permission to use your image?
Mm-mm.
What about the witness protection thing?
Well, it wouldn't be witness protection if you keep blurting it out, right?
Well, they're just gonna have to do that.
Keep your distance down. It's got 13. Man, I feel like I drove it more than that.
Yeah.
So you like it then? Yeah, I like it a lot. Coming from the Yamaha, is it similar to a Yamaha? Similar to a Yamaha? No, it's different.
It's still on that one.
Yeah, it's still it's on the jack. It's kind of going to share
You're just gonna leave it there?
the load. Yeah, keep it
Okay.
stable in the camper right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on those a fair bit. Want to come up a little bit more? You want to jump down?
So Devin, why don't you tell everybody what we're doing right now?
Walking?
Walking, very good.
I said that with a question mark
Oh.
at the end of it.
You get trivia out. Hold on.
Now, I actually didn't.
We are walking the track at AXCC. Is this Rock Castle?
Yep.
Because right now there's no rocks. It's just
We haven't seen a rock even.
wide
Rock
open
Castle.
field.
Yeah, there's no castles either. I feel lied to.
There probably is one. We just don't know where it's at. We're going to find it when we walk.
I got a trivia question for you.
For who? All of us?
All of you.
Okay.
Fraggle Rock,
Uh-huh.
Alf, what was his favorite meal?
Cats.
Cats. That's already been
That's already
trivia.
been on the trivia.
Oh yeah.
That's why you know this. See, we're educating you, Devin.
What was it? I couldn't remember. What was Al's real name? Damn it.
Oh yeah, I remember that question.
I can tell you.
I can't remember what it is now.
Gordon.
That's right. That was Gordon Shumway.
Shemowitz.
Shumway.
So why did they call him Alf?
What did it stand for? Alien life form?
Alien life form. Yeah.
See?
What planet
Hey,
was he
Jason,
from?
They know more than you think they do.
What planet was he from?
Milmac.
Yep.
Boom. Trivia complete.
That's trivia in the woods. We're just like going over all of our ALF knowledge. The calm peacefulness of the woods. Here we see in its natural habitat a Steve Mueller. Bunch looks at every woman like she's the future ex-Mrs. Bunch.
We've got 2 of them.
Working on. You gotta try to beat my dad.
You know what the common denominator is in both of them?
You?
Me.
Okay, what are we doing?
Programming a co-driver communication device.
Co-driver communication device.
Yes.
For
Single seat.
Band's co-pilot.
oh, so you're programming a co-pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I can figure out why I don't want to work.
Is that legal?
Yep.
Are you following all FCC guidelines?
Yeah. So Devin here is flying the drone. He said something about he was going to go take care of that bounty that was placed on him. Or something like that.
My mom had her tubes tied after my sister was born. My sister's 5 years older than me.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. So, really was.
Somebody untied them.
They don't sugarcoat it, do they? They just like,
Yeah, they've always said the third kid, they really don't care anymore. So yeah, they really didn't just they didn't hold anything back.
Your brother older than you?
Yeah, he's the oldest. He's
They're like,
6 years older than me.
Oh, JB, our little mistake.
Yeah, pretty much.
His mom cried.
Oh, I bet.
My dad said my mom walked out into the fields. I think time of the year. It would have been fall. Yeah, it would have been harvest. Mom came walking out to the field crying, and he goes, "Well, either somebody died or she's pregnant."
Remember the Talon at MWXC?
Yeah, the one that the guy just lived down the road.
I'm going to say this was the same guy, but he said there was a Honda Talon at IXCR.
Craig has one now. Craig.
Well, he didn't say it was Craig.
And he would know it was Craig because it's wrapped.
He said this was pretty much stock.
It probably was
But
that
he
guy.
goes, it ended up down in like a 40-foot hauler.
Like it crashed or it just got stuck.
Probably a little bit of drove off into the hauler.
Forgot to down
He goes, it was pretty bad. He goes, the start was a cluster because when they took off, they were supposed to take banners out or ribbon out to where they were supposed to go. They never took it out.
They did that.
So everybody took off, and then they, like 15 cars are turning around trying to.
They
Doing
did that to the bike
doing
not too long
loops.
ago too. All the pro road, they got up to they didn't know where the fuck to go.
Morning, everybody. I figured it was better you start looking at the fire in the morning. That's always nicer than looking at me first thing. So it is race day on Sunday morning, and it's early. Hopefully the wind is not too bad for you guys. I'm going to try and get out of it as much as I can. If you look around, we got Devin Smith there, Steve Mueller. I think I got in the worst wind. Right there's Jason Bannon's machine and Barry Miller's. And yeah, they're all still sleeping. So we're gonna go racing here in a little bit. There we go, found some clean space. Several side-by-sides showed up overnight. There's a few down there. So yeah, temperature's nice right now. It's, I don't know, it's a little on the chilly side, 55 or something like that, but got the fire kicked up, ready to go race today. The noise of generators, sausage cooking, and hash browns. Hopefully this little stove can do it. We're using up propane there. Look at that. AXCC's firing up. You can hear the music. I am very full. They're gonna kick the peewees off. I do want to say that Adam McGill came out here and raced the quads yesterday, and that was really neat. I'm gonna try and get out of the wind for y'all and by the generator. Let's try and find a better spot. So Adam McGill came out and raced yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that when he started out racing quads, they didn't have a youth class for him or for anybody his age to race, or even a peewee class. So he lied about his age to get in and race early. I'm not saying it's right to lie about your age, but what I am saying is don't take for granted that we have these opportunities available for the kids now, even to come out like AXCC and race the 170s and also race the 570s as well. It's a great opportunity to get your kids involved. If you're going to come out and race, or if you just like it, it's like the Pee Wee tracks at MWXC or anything else. They're kind of a tamed down track so that the kids can make it around the track and they can have fun. But they also get that experience of racing, and they get that, it's with any sport. It builds character. It teaches you to win graciously and lose graciously. Both are great things, but it teaches these kids to get out here, hang out with their other racers, and that they're not just like competitors and enemies on the course. They're also friends, and they hang out afterwards, and you'll see these kids run around playing and everything else. So it's a really good time. But I wanted to bring that up real quick, and yeah, breakfast is almost ready.
Get that radio or not.
Hi.
Hi. What are we doing? We turning up the fuel juices?
Actually,
No.
let me.
He's going to work on my rugged radio.
Oh, so we can talk to you?
Yes.
What time did you get here?
15 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's good prep.
Yep.
Prep. Way to take this racing thing seriously.
Well, this was close for me. 3 hours and 40 minutes. We
not
left
bad.
at 6 o'clock this morning. And I didn't even lose an hour.
Yeah. Did Alec, he didn't come?
Nope. He was at the St. Louis ball game yesterday.
Oh, I thought he was going to come anyway.
He texted last night and said he ain't going to make it.
Okay.
Too much fun.
So is the buggy all ready?
I think so.
They
I
all
think.
got
New
tires
belt.
on it.
New belt, because I ruined the belt last race.
This one's going to be a belt burner. Lots of open. So Devin, you got to walk the track yesterday with us. What'd you think?
I'm hurting.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about you hurting. I just
My
mean,
leg hurts so bad right now.
6 miles,
It's
did
my
you?
gas doing that.
Yeah,
It actually,
clear that subject.
it's a good track.
It's gonna be fast, isn't it?
Fast track. It's open. A couple little tight spots. Nothing bad.
Nothing that I would say is like impassable or even gonna be hard to climb any hills or nothing like that.
No. There's a couple soft spots, with a bunch of cars on it. It's going to get rutted out, but nothing bad.
Right.
Okay, maybe I'm not going to have any left.
I got some if you need some.
I won't need any, but I was just hoping I had some left in case somebody needed some.
I set my trucks. So Mr. Mueller, tell us how you did.
Got appears to be 5th. God, that track was just brutal, absolutely brutal.
It went away in spots, didn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple people that were out there that if they weren't there, the outcome wouldn't have been as good as they were, pointing out lines and stuff, because there were spots that were just impassable, and they pointed out other spots and other ways to kind of get around and get through the section, so it worked out pretty well. But having to pee the last 3 laps of the race, I think I bent my steering wheel. I was pushing myself out of the seat so hard to keep pressure off my bladder, so I was going really slow, just trying to power through it and get to the camper as fast as we could.
It was quite funny. As soon as you guys passed the finish line, you really didn't let up much. Full speed run, parked right there, and they were unbelting as they were still rolling
I peed with my helmet on, yeah.
and jumping out. Steve runs to this, Bannon runs to the other. You guys peed fully suited up and everything.
Yep, helmets and all. So
Oh,
yeah, it was just brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
that's how it is. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna call this one King of Hammers.
That bad, huh?
Oh man, it was rough. It was.
Tennessee?
Tennessee wasn't nearly as bad.
Really?
I think, yeah. The drunk guy.
Can't trust this Yahoo.
I'd like to thank Dollar General Electrical Tape, Bud Light, and Gold Bond Powder for keeping my butt dry.
Very Miller. I'll let you put it down first before I ask you questions.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not that mean. So, how'd it go for you?
Another not so good day. I don't know. We got out there. We got a okay start, and get out and to the woods, kind of learn all the ins and outs of the woods real quick. Then we get out into the open field, make some passes, and get going on our second lap. And I don't know, weird vibration coming out of the front, and with the off cameras and rest today, I figure it was just easier to might as well just end the day instead of
Drive it to the camper.
drive it. Yeah, right. Yeah, be able to drive it up in the camper instead of just having it pushed up to there. So
Yeah, that's a smart choice some days.
yeah,
I get it.
happens.
Yep.
It's happening too frequently, but we need to figure out what's going on, and then we'll be back at it next weekend. So.
Yep. All right, we'll see you out there for the next one.
All right, thanks, Chad.
See you. Okay, Devin, you got to tell us how you did.
I suck today. Of course, you guys suck every once in a while, right?
Yeah,
I think I got 13th.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's better than dead last.
It's pretty close to last in my class. What was there, 16? Yeah, rough day. Power steering went out a couple times and got hit, and it went out for a good long time, lap and a half or so. And this was not the track that I wanted the power steering to be out on.
Yeah.
Nope.
So we thought it was going to be a pretty good track, and ended up not being so good of a track.
It
huh?
just went away too fast.
Yeah.
First lap, I thought this is going to be an awesome, fun track. And
Just
then
kept
it just
digging
went
ruts.
away. Yeah.
I saw one spot where the ruts were probably easy, a foot and a half deep,
Oh, yeah.
and they rerouted twice around that spot.
There was one back in the woods. You remember where the pond was?
Yeah.
Right there where we talked about cutting that off.
Yeah.
When you come out there, you could just let go of the wheel, but there was one spot where a car fell down in just a 2-foot rut. Boom, done. So
Great.
just stuff like that. Once it got tore up a little bit, it kind of held, you know what I mean?
Got down to
Held
roots
up.
or rock or whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
but yeah.
win some and lose some.
Yeah, I wanted to do better, but crap happens.
Yep. All right. I'm sure we'll see you out there at the next one.
Yep.
Sure will, sir.
Hey guys, how's it going? Well, race weekend wrap up. On the road, headed home. Hoping to get home before 10 o'clock. It is 6:30 right now back home. There's a wreck up there somewhere. That's what GPS says. Sorry, dodging things in the road. So it says there's an hour delay. Hopefully not. But anyway, on my way home, ended up kind of give you guys the wrap up. So, we had talked about the track was going to be a good track. It should be really fast. And it was. They were turning really quick lap times. The problem got to be that in some of the tighter and off-camber sections, the ground just didn't hold up the way we had hoped it would. And you've probably at this point seen Devin Smith post-race interview, and he said basically the same thing. It just didn't hold up in some spots. There were some spots there where it was, not kidding, a foot deep ruts for one for each tire, foot and a half maybe. And then they rerouted around that, and then that space went away because it was really just the same ground. They just turned them 20 feet sooner. And then, so the reroute went away, and then they had to reroute them a second time there. So it was a mess right there. You heard Steve Mueller say that he thought it was rougher than Loretta Lynn's, and that's the one that was, cutting wheels in half and everything else. So it was, it's tough. It is tough as a series owner to find good ground that's going to hold up well, ground that, so, you know, right now it's springtime still. We're in April, so springtime, April, we have a good chance of getting a lot of rain. So that means you want ground that's going to hold up well to rain, because you have a better chance of having a wet race. So this ground, I don't know. You just got to find the right mixture of dirt and everything else. It really does make you appreciate the series owners and all that they go through to try and find good tracks. The track was good. I think just a few sections of it went away, and that's what made it be, I'm going to say, as rough as it was. I didn't ride along. As you can tell, Doug didn't come this weekend, so, you know, just had to do the video and pictures and all that fun stuff. So Jason Bannon stepped in and he rode, which actually helps out Steve Mueller quite a bit, because Jason Bannon runs in the AM race time, and he is basically fresh off the track. He knows the track very well at that point, and he can say, okay, here's where the track started to go away, here's what happened. You don't want to roll these jumps real hard, you just want to, you know, ease up over them and all that stuff. So it actually helps him out quite a bit to have someone like that. Sorry, going around these slow people. I will say, if you are going the same speed as other cars and you are driving in the left lane and now they're speeding up because they're mad that I passed them, that's nice of them. People are idiots.
There are crashes on I-65 North before exit 112 that are caused...
Alright. Sorry, taking a detour because of the crashes. So, that's good. Anyway, yeah. So it was good. Bannon rode with Steve. Jason Bannon didn't have the best race in the AM. Sorry, I got a sunburn. He lost a radius rod bolt, I think is what it was. It ended up snapping a shock eye on his machine. And, yeah, he took him out of the race early. They basically drug him out. He hopped out of his car, hopped right into Steve's. So, here, let me show you guys something. If that's you, you're a moron. Because you keep speeding up and then slowing down. And then when I pass you, you speed up because you realize that you're going slow. See, there they are. They've sped up. I have set my cruise. I'm not going to show you what I've set my cruise at. Sorry, had to do that. I don't care if he wants to go faster or slower than me. Just stop being in the way. Anyway, there's my rant. So yeah, Bannon didn't have the best race. Raul did pretty good. He got second. So I think one of the Harts, Marty Hart, I think got first. So I think that solidified second place for Raul, where he was in a three-way tie. I'm not sure. Either way, Raul did pretty good. I don't think he had any breakage. Devin Smith did all right. He had a power steering issue. When you have rough tracks, it's just going to be like that, where you're bouncing around, you're hitting that steering pretty hard. He had one of the other cars, and we'll leave out who it was. I don't think they did it on purpose, but they bumped him pretty hard from the side, and when that happens, same as hitting a rock or a rut real hard, it will take out your power steering. And he's got a reset switch, but I guess it just was not resetting, so he had to pull over, shut the car completely down, and to reset the power steering. And finally, on the last lap, he got his power steering back where it was good, but because of all the stopping and everything else that he had to do, he lost an entire lap. So he placed 13th in class, I think, out of 16, and he was in first place going in. I'm sure he has fallen back to at least second or third at this point, but because he had second place by 9 points. So I don't know. I don't know where everybody else finished to see how many points they got. good weekend. The weather was really nice. I mean, nice enough that I got a little bit of a sunburn, but I think I know I'll be okay. Yeah, let's see. Next round for AXCC is a few weeks away. I'm wanting to say it's nearly a month, something like that, maybe the end of May. So yeah, about a month. MWXC is next weekend, so that'll be a good time. I don't remember where that is. Oh, that's the Bluffs. So that's down in Bloomington. Last year that place was tick infested. We went there and everyone probably pulled at least a dozen ticks off of themselves because the field was unused, not planted. It was just brush and scrub, and had been for several years. So that was guys moving. Sorry, you're probably doing 100 at least. Anyway, yeah, it'd been scrub and brush there for about a couple years, 3-4 years, and they went in and bush hogged the whole place. But the ticks were just everywhere. There were people pulling them off of everywhere. It makes you want to, like,
2 miles, take exit 9.
It makes you want to itch your ear or something, make sure you don't have any ticks. So, yeah, that's about all I got. And, I did get to meet a couple people. I'm not going to list who they are yet. I might see if I can pull something together. But I got to meet some of you guys who listen to the podcast. And I have to say, you guys, thank you very much for coming up and talking to me. I may not have said thank you as much as I should have for coming up and talking to me when I was talking to you, but it really does mean a lot to me. I mean, think about it this way: I'm just a normal guy, just holding the camera out in front of my face right now, talking, and we go to all these races, and I don't know any of you guys from anything really, and y'all come up and talk to us and say, hey, we were listening to this, and we remember on your podcast you talked about this, and I mean, it's just neat that you guys get as much enjoyment and pleasure out of listening to the show as you do. It makes it all worth doing it these long weekends where I, leave my family for the whole weekend and go off and do all that, and then come home and edit the videos down, then upload them real quick, and it's nice that you guys enjoy it, and I really do enjoy with you guys stopping by and talking to me, and even just saying, hey, we enjoy the show, and thanks for doing it, and keep up the good work or whatever. But seriously, come hang out, talk to us. Sorry, I'm looking here. Yeah, come hang out and talk to us, and we normally have a fire going. There's several of us racers just sitting around, and we just hang out for the evening, sitting around the campfire doing nothing really. So yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here, try and navigate some back roads to get home, and that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Check out our sponsors, our title sponsor, CW Motorsports, Cody Willenborg. Thanks a bunch for everything you guys do. We really do appreciate it. And we got Spangs Fab, Kevin Spangler. They do great fabrication work. TGM Off-Road, Rob Griffin and those guys. They're out of Texas. If you guys are looking for somebody to ride with, or if you're looking to just look at all their food pictures that they post, all their grilling and everything else they're doing, they'll do that also. And Watch Communications. Here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to drive and do the sponsors list all at the same time. Watch Communications, they host our website, and they also host our our feed for the podcast. I'll put it that way, when it's just the audio only, not on YouTube. So yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this, drop us a like, follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and we're on Instagram. On Instagram we are Eminent Racing, and sorry, getting off here at this exit. Instagram we are Eminent Racing. YouTube we are Eminent Racing. No, YouTube we're Eminent Performance. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once. YouTube we are Eminent Performance. That's where you'll find the podcast with the video version and the audio version. There's a subscribe button down below there. Go ahead and click that if you would, please. That helps us out a bunch. And there's a bell next to it. If you click that bell and it's got little lines next to it, that means you will be notified whenever we do release new content. And while you're there, if you could do me a huge favor and go ahead and leave a comment, a thumbs up, or whatever on it. The more stuff, the better. That helps a lot. What that does is it tells YouTube that you guys actually are enjoying what you're seeing, and it recommends it to other people that watch the same kind of videos that you guys watch. So it helps us a bunch. And one more thing, I know I'm being very needy, but go ahead and share this if you guys could. Send it to your friends, post it on your Facebook timeline, whatever you can do. We're trying to really grow this. The more that we can grow this, the more things we can go do. Right now, we're just right now, we are funding this out of our own pockets. And that's all the camera equipment, that's all the travel expenses, that's everything is just funded out of pocket. And you guys, I'm sure, can imagine it's not cheap. So what we're trying to do is get to the point where YouTube, our views are enough that they'll start paying us something. And that something helps offset the cost so we can go do more things. And I can justify being gone more to my wife so that she'll allow me. Look, I'm being paid to go. It's fine, right? So that's, if you guys could do that, that would be great. I'm going to get out of here. I'll stop begging you for stuff. Thanks a bunch, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Content. The name of the game is content. Ding. Ding.